Hey, it's Darlene. Welcome to my channel. Today is day 9 of my 12 Days of Christmas Tag series. Today I'm working with a Disney die of Olaf, our favorite snowman. Look you're going to see all my oops and stuff, so hopefully you stick around. I decided, or I thought, I was going to be able to cut 2 at a time. So I went through, if you notice, twice, pulled them off, and the first one pops off easy, no problem. Didn't have a problem with that, didn't think I would. But the second one, it's a little bit stuck there. So I'm like, okay, Dorley, nice try, but you can't do 2 at a time. Sometimes you can if the paper's thin enough, but I think this paper was pretty thick. So I went through again, and when I pulled it off, you see how it's a little bit harder to get through. So I actually needed a little poker tool to really get him out. Okay, lesson learned. I'm only going to do 1 at a time. Now, the reason why I was trying to shortcut is because, so Olaf has a lot of layers. There's some brown, there's some white, there's even orange, and there's even some gray, and even black. So lots of layers to make this super cute. And I didn't want to cut them all out. So what I did was I cut 6 of the white, and with the magic of video, you saw me just snap my fingers and it was done. But I did 6 of the white, 6 of the dark brown, and then I did 6 light gray. But with the light gray, it's the inside of his mouth, so I didn't have to do the full image. I just needed his, well, basically the face. So that was a lot easier. I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but you get what I mean. Now, I could have used markers and colored in all those extra spots, but I thought it would be fun to layer them. I did, however, use an alcohol marker for the orange carrot. I didn't want to just cut those out separately, but you definitely could as well if you wanted to use like an orange cardstock or orange paper. So right now I'm trimming off the arms and his little twiggy hair because those are what are going to be brown, right? So that's easy to do, and I just use my scissors to cut those out, and I'm going to super speed it so you don't need to see me do all 6 really quick. So this is what I'm talking about, the inside of the mouth. Now, technically, I could have done another cut of black for the 3 coal, well, I'm calling them buttons, but you know what I mean. Instead of doing that, I thought I'm just going to grab some scrap and then do like a panel underneath. And that's what I'm showing you right now. I'm basically just taking about a 1/2 inch. It's about 1/4 of an inch by a 1/2 inch piece of scrap paper, and I'm rounding them at the ends just enough to be hidden underneath that white layer. And like I mentioned before, using alcohol marker to color in the orange carrots. Easy. Easy peasy. So once I do all that, I'm going to go ahead and glue them together after I cut off, of course, all the twigs and all that stuff. But Olaf is actually one of my favorite characters in Frozen. And although my granddaughters love him as well, they would definitely take Elsa or Anna before Olaf, but that's another story. So like I said, this is super easy. I did 6 tags, and once I put them all together, I'm going to put them on this tag base. Now, I got this from a friend recently. They are so pretty. They're embossed tags, and it's kind of hard to tell, but there's an oval in the middle of it, and then there's like embossed polka dots all around it. It's like I said, it's kind of hard to tell, but I'm telling you, it's so cute. So I'm kind of messing around. I always play around with the first one because I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do every time, and then I kind of super speed or try to assembly line the remaining 5. And like I mentioned, I do 6 tags every day for the 12 days, and then I create 6 sets of tags. One is I give away at the end of the series. So if you're interested in that, leave a comment. That comment will get you an entry into the giveaway. And at the end of the series, I'll pick a winner. So they'll win one set of one of each 12 tags. There you go. So today is day 9. If you haven't watched the rest of the 1st through 8, go back, leave comments, do all the things, because every comment is a new entry. And also you can comment here. You can comment on my blog, my Instagram, any of those other social media platforms to get additional entries into the drawing. I'll have a link to all that in the information box. Now I have to pretty up these tags. Look at, sure, that looks great because Olaf's adorable, and that would probably work. But I got to go one step. So I pulled out my Christmas washi, and this is in a little pencil case that I have, but it's perfect to keep them separated. And I'm just kind of pulling out what I think would be super cute. I just grabbed those trees, the candy canes, and then two different tape that have Christmas sayings. Now I'm going to put two on the bottom of each tag to cover up kind of the bottom of that oval so you don't see that. And then I'm not really sure, but I'm just kind of deciding, and this is what I decided to do. Look, I'm not too concerned about having the exact greeting on everyone, because I think if I did that, that's just wasting or taking up too much time. I'm just using my thumbnail to tear it off, which is really fun about washi because it's so easy to tear. I'm using my Berry Art glue. My precision glue press needs more glue in the bottle, and I didn't feel like refilling it at this point, so I'll worry about that later. I just put glue in the middle of his mouth, and then I'm going to place that light gray shadow or the inside of his mouth in there. Look, I have this fancy set of tweezers that I won, and everyone is raving about how awesome they are. Oh my gosh, they are so confusing to me, because those are the ones that you squeeze to close, or not squeeze to close. I forget whatever the opposite is of normal tweezers, and it's so weird to me. I probably just need to use it more, so I'll get used to it. But I basically used it for the back of the tweezers because I wanted to press that light gray into the open area, and because that was 2 layers, it was not easy to place. Well, I mean, it's easy to place, but you just needed a little bit more pressure there. So I'm just doing 2 separate little sets of 3 for the different types of washi, but basically it's the same tag, one with the trees, one with the candy canes, and here they are here. But then I realized, I forgot to draw in Olaf's eyes, and I'll do that as soon as I get done adding all the washi to these tags. I did decide to do 2 at a time. This is on a sticky mat. I just bought this. This is a recent purchase. I really enjoy it. Whenever I go to the scrapbooking and stamping expo, I always look for something or some kind of tool that kind of the latest and greatest, and see if I could play with it and then decide if I want to buy it. And this was one that I've seen around, and people use them a lot, especially when they're stenciling or doing that kind of stamping kind of thing where they really need to keep their card or whatever they're working on still. But I've been using this a lot, and I really do like it because it really does keep whatever you're working on still. So anyhow, little promo right there. I can't even remember which booth I bought it from, but I'm sure you can get them everywhere. But here are the tags. They're all done. And then I realized, okay, like I mentioned, I need to do the eyes and the eyebrows. So I'm just using a black pen, and I'm doing that. Super cute, super easy, no big deal. And that's pretty much it, I think. And then I think, no, I feel like it needs a little more. So I have another little case where I keep all my tos and froms and little tiny Christmas stamps. And I have one that says, "Let it snow." And I also have a little snowflake. So I decided to stamp them on each tag as well. So I'm just going to use black ink for the "Let it snow." And here I am right here, just super easy, just all going to put them all in the same spot, because technically these tags are exactly the same, except for the washi, of course, which makes it easier. The first year I did these tags, I think I did even though they were the same main image, I used, I put them in different places, and then it got really confusing and hard, and that's ridiculous. It needs to be kind of assembly line like I'm doing here, because first of all, they're super cute, so why wouldn't you repeat the exact same thing? But anyhow, I think I'm done. I hope you like this. Give me a thumbs up if you do. And then I think, wait, I still got to put the ribbon on, right? Look at how cute this little tinsel trim is. I had a little bit over 12 inches, so I was cutting about 2-inch strips of it, so each one of them would have this cute little thing. It's got a wire in the middle, so I was able to twist it a little bit just to get them on there a little better, almost like a bow, but not quite, because obviously it's not a bow. And then I just used some twine and tied it right on there. I just tied a ribbon, a bow right in the middle, and twisted that middle section a little bit and kind of played with it, because like I said, it is wire, so it's kind of fun that you can place it where you want it. But aren't they super cute? So hopefully you decide to leave a comment to get into the giveaway. Make sure you give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit subscribe. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for watching. Happy holidays and good luck on the drawing or on the giveaway if that's something you're interested in. I also wanted to mention that making tags is like the perfect way to use up scraps. If you are a paper crafter, I know you've got a lot of scraps. So this is perfect for those type of things. Again, thanks for watching. Happy holidays. Bye.